Welcome to the Zaleski Sports Show, NFL Ups and Downs edition. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. We are joined today, as always, by Jamie Zaleski and Doug Zaleski. Jamie, how's it going today?
Pretty good. I'm a little lazy after the holiday yesterday, but other than that, I'm good.
I'm good.
All right. Now, it's good to take a break every once in a while. Doug, all the gifts unwrapped under your tree?
Everything is unwrapped, and we're just bracing for the cold snap here in Middletown, USA.
Well, let me tell you, as I take a look at the thermometer here, we've got a very juicy 12 below in central Wisconsin. So it's all coming your way. There's got to be better days ahead for me. There's just got to be. So, all right. Well, we welcome everybody into the show. This NFL Ups and Downs, a show where we each get a chance to talk about an NFL up or something good in the NFL, and then an NFL down or something that's not quite right, and then we go around the horn to discuss. So we are, as Jamie says, we are crack-a-lacking, y'all. So we'll go down to Jamie. You're first. Your NFL up.
NFL up is going to be the Cam Newton-led Carolina Panthers. After starting the season a little so-so, around week 8, they were medaling around 500. Right now they are 11-4. They have an opportunity if they win and the Vikings lose that they can get the 2 seed and a first round bye. And if things don't break for them, they're at least a 5 seed. So they've really gotten their whole team offense going the last 4 weeks or so now.
Dabbing on them daily for 30 days. Your NFL down.
My NFL down is going to be the Dallas Cowboys. So last year they were a 13-3 team. Everything's rolling for them. Everything's going well. This year things fell apart early for them, even before the Zeke suspension. But with all that being said, they still had an opportunity to make the playoffs. All they needed were the Lions to lose a game, which they did. They needed the Falcons to lose 2 games, which they lost 1, and they play Carolina, who has something to play for this week. And all the Cowboys had to do is beat the Seahawks. And what did they do? They lose.
Yeah, indeed. The Seattle Seahawks had more penalty yards than they did offensive yards. So disappointing for sure. All right, let's go down to Doug for your reaction to Jamie's NFL up and down.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys being down, yeah, I've got another slant on the Cowboys, which I'll tell you about in a minute here. So I kind of agree with him there, obviously. And the Panthers, yeah, good for them. 2 years ago, they were in the Super Bowl. They got beat. Cam put on his brat act and walked off the stage after the game. And then last year they stunk. So good for them. They fought back, and they're back in the playoffs this year.
Cam has got brimless hats going on, and no doubt about it. And I made my comments on the Seahawks. The Cowboys should be ashamed of themselves, letting the Seahawks to beat them, while the penalty yards outgained the Seattle Seahawks offense. All right, well, Doug, since you're all hot under the collar about the Cowboys, we'll go.
To do with the Seahawks penalties, there was a pick 6 by Dak, and the Cowboys offense had nothing going for them. So don't blame the refs.
You had your chance. I didn't blame the refs. I said the Seattle Seahawks actually had good penalty yardage. Your chance is done. Doug, NFL up.
My NFL up, I'm going to 2 organizations here for my selections this week, and my NFL up is the San Francisco 49ers. As an organization, they've really rescued themselves this year. They started out, whatever it was, 0-6, 0-7, and then they made the Jimmy Garoppolo trade. And I'll go back even farther than that to last winter or last spring when they hired John Lynch as their general manager. Everybody in the NFL kind of threw up their hands and kind of wrinkled their brow, and they went, John Lynch, what are they doing? He's got no experience as a general manager. He was in the TV booth. And I will say that John Lynch, a lot of his decisions looked pretty good. He swung the trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, who has yet to lose a start in the National Football League. He's 6-0 as a starting quarterback, 4-0 with the 49ers. And that organization appears to be rejuvenated, and I would keep an eye on them next year.
All right, very good. And then your late-breaking news on the Dallas Cowboys.
What a fiasco this organization has turned into. Last year, as we know now, was the outlier. The Cowboys are the epitome of an 8-8 football team over the past 20 years. Remember, they have 2 playoff victories in the last 21 seasons, and there'll be no playoff victories this year for them. This organization, from the top being Gerard Jones, going all the way down to the Water Boys, is just, to me, adrift at sea. I don't know what the direction is here. Jerry thinks he's running the organization. He's the brains behind personnel decisions. And as a general manager, I don't know that he's done a very good job. He this week came out and threw his support behind his coach, Jason Garrett, who has really done nothing in his 7 full seasons as the coach. So they have no general manager. They have their coach is really one of the bottom 10 coaches in the NFL. The quarterback, Dak Prescott, I think we're going to find out he's mostly a game manager. He's not a franchise quarterback. And the Cowboys seem stunned this year. They went into the season, thought that they were prime Super Bowl contenders, and they've proven now that they're just another 8-8 team like they always are.
They always are.
Yeah, well, I guess the NFL then has missed your memo because every year the Dallas Cowboys lead the league in nationally televised games. Dak Prescott, 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions on the year. That's starting quarterback material for sure. All right, fair enough, though. Your points are well taken.
Their TV appearances is football fans don't like them, so they'll watch and root against them. That's why they're on TV, not because they're this popular team that everybody loves. They're the team that everybody hates, and that's why the networks put them on TV to draw that audience.
All right, haters in the house for sure. Jamie, you're up.
Yeah, so as far as San Francisco 49ers being up, I think Bill Belichick was deliberate in trading Jimmy Garoppolo to the NFC, and, he got a second-round pick when he could have gotten a first round in the offseason. So I don't think John Lynch did anything spectacular that any other GM wouldn't have done. But as you know from last week on my NFL Up, I am a Jimmy G fan. Jimmy G, Jimmy GQ, Jimmy Jesus. He's the man.
Okay. Now, you had some other comments about the Cowboys before. You had anything left in the tank?
No, I got nothing left for the show.
All right, very good.
I got plenty comments, though.
Uh-huh. Well, make sure to comment down below when this is posted, and everybody in the world can see what you have to say. It's really not, it's somewhat 49er related. The 49ers traded from the New England Patriots to get Jimmy G, Q. And then the Patriots, speaking of good things going on, I think maybe, just acquired James Harrison from the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they're the Patriots always making moves. They're not always legal, but they're always making moves. So
well, they got a washed-up has-been this time, so
yeah.
Congratulations to them on that move.
Yeah. All right. So my NFL up has to do with the NFL and the things that really started happening many years ago. Back in 1994, the NFL instituted the salary cap. Salary cap that year was $36 million, so that's not going to go very far these days. But first year for the salary cap, 1994, $36 million is what you had to spend. That was the NFL's effort to make all the games matter, all games in the schedule matter, and then combined with 2002 with division realignments and expansion, having 8 4-team divisions. Has now what we have this year, what we have almost every year. We have many teams still competing for playoff spots and divisions. The NFC South is still up for grabs this week. Jamie's touched on that a little bit. So a lot of good things happening in the NFL, and many fans, even if your team is not a part of this situation, still tune into Week 17. With that being said, though, still many teams are on the outside looking in. Doug and Jamie, you mentioned the Cowboys. The Browns are on the outside looking in. And even the storied Green Bay Packers are out of the playoffs. So that's my down. Some of the good teams don't get to live through all the salary cap and all the parity battle that happens, and some of the NFL premier franchises on the outside looking in. So let's see, Jamie. We'll go right back to you.
I agree with the NFL up. I was going to go with something along those lines with just the fans of those teams that are in the playoff hunt or in the playoffs. You know, it's a great time of year to be a fan of those teams. As far as your NFL down, I also agree with that. I had a list of probably 12 franchises that should consider new coaches. And, you know, every year it's a turnover, and there's a lot of assistant coaches, families, strength and conditioning people. So, yeah, a lot of turnover coming probably this year.
Fox Sports' Jay Glazer said as many as 14 coaches could be fired as soon as next week. So we'll see. That would be an NFL record. We'll see if that happens. All right, Doug, your thoughts. The Packers, your so-called best team in the NFL history, on the outside looking in.
You lose the greatest player in the league, it's hard to fight back from that. You're up the great parity that exists in the NFL. Yeah, I guess if you're a fan of parity, if you're a fan of 8-and-8 football, yeah, this league is for you.
Well, I would take my Dallas Cowboys and no salary cap in the next year's version of the NFL, and we'll see what happens. All right, so we will we'll end it there. Pretty good discussion.
Well, the problem is Jerry Jones would still be leading that no salary cap team, so that's a handicap.
Okay, very good. All right, well, we'll wrap things up here. Jamie, any New Year's resolutions?
New Year's resolution this year is to find somewhere I can volunteer throughout the year. So I'm looking for something like that.
Very good, very good. Well, check your local municipality or county. There's always plenty of committees and boards to volunteer for, and they'd be happy to have you. All right, Doug, any New Year's resolutions for you?
Well, I haven't even thought of it, to be honest with you. Today's December 26th. I guess if I have a resolution, I don't know if it has to be made by January 1st, so I'll think about it for a while.
All right, we'll get back to you. We'll leave a note. Doug, also the host of the Monday through Friday Doug Zaleski show on the radio. Where can people find you on the radio?
FM radio in Muncie, Indiana, 102.9 FM, 1340 AM, and WXFN.com. You can also download the WXFN app to listen in. So plenty of ways to find it, and you can always find the replay the next day at the Doug Zaleski Show on Facebook or on my Twitter account at Doug Zaleski.
Very good. I don't know if this is much of a New Year's resolution, but the Winter Olympics are right around the corner, and I commit to watching 24 hours a day of the Winter Olympics. Pretty exciting stuff coming up. But as a Dallas Cowboys fan, I don't have a whole lot else to look forward to. So, all right. Well, we will end it there. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.